The Blues and Flyers will battle for the first time since a trade that sent Schenn to St. Louis, Lehtera, 2 first-round picks to Philadelphia. Author, Korac of NHL.com KSDK. Published, 7:18 a.m. CDT November 2, 2017. Related topics: Philadelphia Flyers, Los Angeles Kings, Brayden Schenn, the Blues, Claude Giroux, Jori Lehtera, St. Louis, Philadelphia, Mike Yeo, NHL Blues, Vladimir Tarasenko, Wayne Simmonds, Craig Berube, Blue, Korac, Brandon Manning, Michael Raffl, Jake Voracek, Blues News, Snapchat, Instagram. St. Louis, the Brayden Schenn reunion tour continues on Thursday. On Monday, Schenn faced the team that drafted him, the Los Angeles Kings, but emotionally, that was easily brushed aside since Schenn only played in 9 games with the Kings before being traded to the Philadelphia Flyers in 2011. On Thursday against the Flyers, this will be a whole different animal. The Blues, 10-1, will look to remain red-hot on the season, having won 4 in a row and points in 7 straight games, 6-1, but Schenn will likely have a few emotions when the Flyers, 6-1, come to town in the first meeting between the teams since the trade on June 23 at the NHL Draft in Chicago that sent Schenn to the Blues for center Jori Lehtera, who will make his first trip back to St. Louis, and a pair of first-round picks. "I obviously spent a lot more time there in Philadelphia," Schenn said. "Obviously a lot of good buddies on that team. At the end of the day, it's part of the business. You go out there and you play hard and compete on ice and talk after. I'm looking forward to it obviously, but I circled this game for a long time and they're coming in on a back-to-back and I look forward to facing them." While Schenn has ties with players on the Kings, albeit relatively light, he's close with a number of Flyers, with many being teammates with him for 6 seasons from 2011 to 2017. Schenn had 109 goals and 137 assists in his 6 seasons in Philadelphia, including 25 goals and 30 assists in 79 games last season. "I still talk to quite a few of those guys," Schenn said. "With social media and stuff like that these days, it's easier to keep up on guys through Snapchat, Instagram and stuff like that too. It's all good, and I'm looking forward to playing them. There's some guys there that have gotten off to some good starts. I'm happy for them, but when it comes down to playing them, I would obviously love to beat them." Schenn is fond of Flyers captain Claude Giroux, who took Schenn in when he first arrived in Philadelphia and gave Schenn a place to stay for the first year there. "We were buddies early on, and then Brandon Manning, I still talk to a lot, Michael Raffl, I still talk to a lot. I played with Simmer, Wayne Simmonds, who got drafted in love, Jake Voracek, we were there for 6 to 7 years together, all good guys. It's going to be a little weird facing them." "Weird? Certainly. But Blues coach Mike Yeo anticipated a motivated player come Thursday night. That's always emotional, and it's his first time doing that," Yeo said. "He's been such a great addition for our group, not only on the ice, but inside our locker room and fitting in with the culture of our group, that I think we'd want to make it a special night for him too." Schenn will have something to prove to the Flyers for giving up on him, as will Lehtera to the Blues, and that's just a natural reaction. Anytime a player, whether he gets traded or let go, or whatever, there's always those emotions, that said and that says, "Hey, you obviously have something you want to prove," Schenn said. "Obviously you want to have a good game against them. Any player would want to have a good game against their former team, but throughout the season and years to come, you want to keep proving yourself and showing, not only the previous teams, but other teams around the league, what kind of player you can be." But the transition to St. Louis has been a good one for Schenn, who has 11 points, 3 goals, 8 assists in 13 games with the Blues, and has him feeling good about his all-around game. The Blues gave Schenn a chance to play center, and he's making the most of it, and it includes playing with solid line mates in Jaden Schwartz and Vladimir Tarasenko. "It's been awesome," Schenn said. "It makes it a lot better when winning is happening. A 10-2 start, a great group of guys in this locker room, Winning hockey, guys do things for the team, and that's why we're successful. Getting traded, you never know what's going to happen, but coming here, it's a strong organization, it's a strong team. It's been awesome. From the Blues' perspective, they knew they were getting a good player, but Schenn's work ethic and production may be even more than they expected. We knew we were getting a good player and I had heard good things about him and his character, Yeo said. Craig Berube coached him, so he had a lot of good things to say about him. You never really know how their player is until they get in with the group. Number 1, you see how they interact with the players, but then, more importantly, how their role fits with the team, what kind of role they have, and how their team game fits with your team game. He's been everything and more than we could have hoped for.